going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are here with the one-to-one with my good Liverpool friend, man like Callum in the building. Callum, ah, yo, how are you feeling, bro? How are you feeling after yesterday, last night's crazy, and I mean crazy ending? Brother, what are you saying, bro? Every good piece.
Yeah, not too bad, man. It's not often I wake up the next day and I'm still fuming about the game from the night before. Today, I'm still fuming. I'm still fuming, man. Like, yeah, we'll get into it, man. We'll get into it.
Yeah. Smash a like on the video, people. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Make sure you subscribe to Team Codfish and also Callum Sanderson's personal channel where he talks about boxing, UFC, and MMA. So make sure you do that, people. But yeah, man, I know we've got a lot to talk about the referee because a lot of Liverpool fans are angry at the referee. But the game in general, it was a bit of a weird game. It started off very 50-50 tackles flying in. And then I felt for me, when Ndiaye went off, the game slowed down a little bit. But they took the lead. You equalized straight away. And then it kind of was almost like a kind of a weird game. And then you lot scored. Salah thought you'd won it. And then Tarkowski just comes in, which again, very controversial. Did Konate get pushed? But yeah, man, how you feeling about the whole game? And do you think it's 2 points dropped for you? Obviously, I'm guessing you're gonna say that anyway. But yeah,
I think you described it quite well. It was a weird game. In terms of, so I want to be very clear in this. Liverpool didn't play up to the standard that you'd want them to play up to.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
But it's nothing. It's not anything that's unusual when it comes to derby games, especially away from home, especially at Goodison. However, you don't always have to play great to get 3 points. And I believe we had secured the 3 points when Salah got the winner, or what I thought Salah would be for the winner. The issue I have, and I know it's going to sound like I'm moaning, and I know especially Arsenal fans are going to get onto me about this because they've been saying this recently.
Yeah.
Michael Oliver's performance yesterday can't go under the radar, man. Like, it can't. And it was so disruptive to our pattern of play. It was unreal. He gave them 20 fouls throughout the game, and we only got 9.
Wow.
For their first goal, Ndiaye clearly dived.
You know what? He dived. I thought there was contact. I said it in the match watch along. I was like, Alistair's got him there. And then I watched it, and he kind of dived.
He completely dived. And the referee was allowing them to be physical with us. And then the moment we started being physical with them, a free kick would be given. In terms of the first goal, well worked by Everton and well taken goal. But it should have been a free kick in the first place. So that's my gripe with that. Then we get our goals back, and that's all cool. The Tarkowski goal, apart from the push on Konate, I have no issues with the goal. But if Konate is pushed while he's in the air and we get a free kick there, nothing develops. The goal from Tarkowski, fantastic finish.
Yeah.
Brilliant finish. Unsavable. But it was the fact that all game, Michael Oliver just kept on getting things wrong. And when the PGMOL coming out and saying that Michael Oliver got the decision wrong, when you go through and you watch the game and you see how many decisions he got wrong and how many things they were doing to us and just getting away with it. Idris Gay should have been sent off for 2 yellow cards, didn't get sent off. There has to be a point where you sit back and you go, the referee has affected the outcome of this game. Now, again, I'm seeing a lot of Arsenal fans being like, oh, well, we moaned about it and, we got told to be quiet and stuff. We didn't tell Arsenal fans to be quiet. We told Arsenal fans to stop sending death threats and doing the most about it. But we also said to Arsenal, and this is where Liverpool fans said to Arsenal, like, last season when we had the goal disallowed against Spurs, Arsenal fans particularly were the ones who were laughing at us, saying to be quiet. You can't have your cake and eat it. Ultimately, refereeing standard in this league is only ever going to get worse. And the only reason it will continue to get worse is because of tribalism. When that Diaz thing happened, managers should have come together and gone, you know what? Yeah, it's happened to Liverpool. It didn't happen to us. But you know what? This could have happened to one of us. we need to put down a mark here. We need to come together and we need to speak to the PGMO and get the standards raised. But because of the tribalism between fans, tribalism between managers and clubs, the refereeing standard will continue to be like this because they will not unite and they will not get this sorted. And because of that, it's going to bring the standard down of the game as well. So I don't know what happens next, man. But Michael Oliver, I don't want to see him ref another Liverpool game for a while.
Wow. I mean, who wants him? Arsenal don't want him. Liverpool don't want him. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think for me, it's one of them where, you know, with him, yeah, he loves to be the center of attention. Have you noticed him?
Yeah.
I've said this for years, by the way. And this is me just kind of looking at it, like, from an objective point of view, rivalry aside. Like, he's just not a great referee. Like, he's been put up there by UEFA and FIFA to be our best referee, but he literally wants everything to be all about him. He wants the occasion to be about him. He wants him to be involved in the game. He can't let a game just happen. You know, just materialize like normally. He wants to get involved, and that's dangerous. Because the game isn't about the referee. It's about the individuals on the football pitch. The 11 versus 11. The football going in the back of the net. VAR now has become a protection for the referees now. And their ability to referee. You know, there was a lot of tackles yesterday that should not have been a yellow for me. Were given a yellow. You know, and then I thought to myself, hold on a minute. Second yellow here. What's going on here? And there wasn't clear consistency on both sides. So I do want to address that. But I just think for me, Michael Oliver, how many more times can he get away with this? This is top referee, by the way. And this guy's officiating big games, which, again, listen, for me, on my side, ruin it for Liverpool. But then that might happen to me next week. So you can't really have that mindset. You can't really just say, yo, you man, But then later on, when we get it our way, but they're going to be crying about the referee. You need to be consistent. Everyone and every fan needs to come together to make sure we call out these referees. You know what I mean? You don't want it to be defined by that, because I don't think Liverpool played well enough.
No, we didn't.
But in that moment, in the last kick, like you said, Konate doesn't get pushed. It doesn't happen, and that goal doesn't happen. You know what I mean? Shoulda, woulda, coulda, but it doesn't. No, you know.
I'm glad you mentioned what you said about VAR as well, because VAR really and truly should be an insurance policy for referees and for players and for managers. But you're right, it's being used as a mechanism to protect the referees. Bro, I don't understand this notion. Do you know how arrogant you have to be to have made a mistake, and instead of having the ability to rectify it there and then, you still just double down on it and just be wrong and strong? Like, the notion that you have VAR there, you can watch something multiple times and still make the wrong decision, for me, doesn't then fall into the list of a mistake. It falls into the list of corruption almost. And I'm not sitting there saying that they conspire and say, you know, today we're going to go and screw Liverpool. Today we're going to go and screw Arsenal. Today we're going to go and screw Man United. But throughout these games, you are just noticing a pattern of bad mistake after bad mistake after bad mistake. But you start to think, right, if the referee makes a mistake, the people on VAR should just be like, look, Michael, it wasn't that. You need to just rectify that. And it moves on, bro. This notion that, bro, there's human error in it. I expect referees to make mistakes in the same way I expect footballers to make mistakes. That's fine. Footballers can't rectify their mistakes 9 times out of 10. Referees can. And that's the issue I have with the whole system. VAR, for me, in its form, is not a problem. But the way it is handled is terrible. This is the one. So
Beto's not really looking at the ball. So you're saying here, he's pushed him from the back there.
Yeah. Konate's in the air, so he can't do anything.
Already in the air. Right there. And then they've took advantage. The ball's gone on the other side, and then they've scored as a consequence. But like I said, on that moment there, look at Oliver right there. He's looking. He can see it. You know, he's got clear sight of the incident, but he doesn't flinch, he doesn't do anything, and then they end up scoring as a result.
And here's the thing, another thing that comes from that as well. We really get onto players about play acting and, you know, throwing themselves. And bro, I hate it. I'm old school, innit? Like, I come from a time where when you're playing football, If you get kicked, you're meant to go, all right, I'm going to get back up as soon as possible to let them know that it didn't affect me. But you know why players play act? Because of the standard of refereeing, because players will think, if I don't make a meal out of this and if I don't play act, like Kanate didn't do there, then I'm not going to get the free kick. If Kanate went down there holding his side and rolling around, we probably get the free kick there. But then he gets cussed and says, look at the size of you. You're 6'4", you're built like a house and you're rolling around like an idiot. But unless he does that, unless players do that, they don't get the free kicks. How many times have we seen players get hacked in the box or hacked and they don't go down and then the referee just play on? What's the like? You're meant to be rewarding players for staying on their feet, but instead you're rewarding players for going down. It makes no sense. The whole system is just backwards, man. It's poor. Like, I love football, bro, but I hate when referees are the center of attention, as you said. That Real Madrid and Man City game, no one came out of it speaking about the referees.
Nobody.
That referee that game, brilliant.
That referee, by the way, is a good referee. That Trossard guy.
Brilliant.
Referee. He's French as well, by the way. So he's them French referees are quite good. But again,
no, I mentioned him.
And I noticed when we go abroad, I remember there was a decision that took forever by the VAR room in the Euros, and guess who it was? The English referees.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think for me, what it is, with the refereeing, I don't see it getting any better. I don't see
it's getting worse.
It's getting worse. You know what I mean? Let's be truly honest with you. Like, some of the decisions are shocking. You know what I mean? I think, like I said, they're relying heavily on VAR. So the element of refereeing now is so reliant on that. And like I said to you, luckily for you lot, you didn't lose the game. But again, it feels like a loss. 2 points dropped. You know what I mean? I think you could see Van Dijk at the end. He wasn't pissed off. He was very, very pissed off. And then, what do you think of the slot red card, by the way? What did he say? Does anybody know what he said? Or
so no one knows what he said. Apparently he got sent off because of an aggressive handshake.
Nah, no way.
That's again, I'm just going off to speculation because PGMO haven't released a statement. They've not released any audio.
It's got to be, because what would he have said? Like, I don't know. Obviously, he could have said anything, but I don't know if he said, thanks for ruining the game. You're a cheat. I don't know. He must have said something wild. Yeah. But then again, if it is aggressive handshake, it's like, bro, like, is that what we're doing nowadays? It's like red cards for aggressive handshakes.
He never had control of the game. Oliver never had control of the game.
No, he never. He lost from the 10th minute. He lost control.
Yeah,
around the 10th minute, he lost control of the game.
It just spiraled.
Yeah. And like I said, you thought you'd won it with the Salah one. Like, that was it. 2-1. Tyrant's over. I tweeted it. That's it. Tyrant's done in February. People might say it's still done with 7 points, but
Saeed, brother, did you see when Salah was running through and he took on a couple of Everton players and then got hacked down and then there was no free kick or anything towards the end of the game?
I remember that way. I see that one. Yeah.
And then the two Everton players, they ran into each other, and that happened during injury time. And I think that was about 3 minutes of stoppage time during injury time.
Yeah.
Not to mention they scored the goal and then probably had another 2.5 minutes celebrating because remember the fans ran on the pitch and everything.
Yeah. I remember that. That was a bit odd as well. That was a bit odd because I was thinking to myself, yo, blow the whistle, referee, man. Blow the whistle. But then again, you got to remember, you're right, because they were doing the whole thing. Yeah, rah. I never looked at that,
As soon as the game restarts, Michael Oliver pretty much blows up. And I'm like, that extra time, that's an extra about 5 minutes that you should have really added on for us because you added it on for them. And in the moment it happens, it's boom, it's done. But again, Slot's only been in the league for less than a season, so I can't speak about his whole character because things have pretty much gone well for him on the whole at Liverpool. But I've never seen him have outbursts like that and just be genuinely annoyed for 90 minutes because of refereeing decisions. It was one of the worst we've seen as a Liverpool fan, probably the worst since the Tottenham game last season. And the fact that these are happening so regularly, I have an issue with it, man. And as I said, it's not getting better. It's getting worse.
It's not getting better. No. When you look back at the game, you didn't really play great, if I'm being honest with you. Was there anything that you didn't like about that performance? Gravenberch didn't really get into the game.
Yeah.
Listen, people said Salah. I thought Salah was a bit quiet, but again, I thought, we didn't get much from Gakpo. You didn't get much from Diaz. Oh my God, man. I don't know what's going on with Diaz in that middle. Yeah, dropped off for some reason. Substitution was a bit late, in my eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
like
again, this is why I do want to be consistent, and I do want to speak about where we were short. I think Robert at left back wasn't good.
no,
Conor Bradley was very erratic.
yes,
Trent brought on some calmness when he came on the pitch, if I'm going to be honest, and did play well when he came on.
the injured Trent, was it that why did it start?
Yeah. He's come back from injury.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. Grav didn't really get into the game. I thought when he had the ball, he was good, but he didn't really get the ball. They are kind of cutting off the passing lanes to him. So credit to Everton for that. I thought McAllister had an excellent game, to be honest. Salah, I'll be honest, I actually think Salah had a very good game. I just think the two other attackers were just non-existent.
Maybe that's how I look at it, because you're probably not seeing
Gakpo did his best. Yeah. Gakpo did his best impression of Casper, which is weird because Gakpo's been so good this season.
Yeah, he has.
But even during the game, I kept on saying when the game gets physical, Gakpo kind of shells up a little bit, and I need to see him change that. Diaz is a player, I've always said this, Diaz is a purple patch player at best. He looks so good on the ball, but when you actually look at his productivity and what he doesn't do enough. He just doesn't do enough. And the substitution for me, the first 4 substitutions made all the sense in the world. Trent, Tsimikas, Nunes, and Jones all made sense. And all impacted the game. But the Jota one for me really frustrated me because at that time we're 2-1 up. There's not long left. I think he came on in the 88th minute or something silly like that. Bro, you bring on Endo and shore up the midfield, or you bring on Kwanzaa and go 3 or 5 at the back. See out the game. We didn't need Jota to come off the bench that game. It was either Jota or Nunes to come on at the time. You chose Nunes, stick with Nunes, leave your last sub and make that defensive change because we've got the lead. It made no sense bringing on Jota. No sense. You bring on Kwanzaa and you shore up the defense. And he didn't do that, which is very naive from Slot. And I don't say that often this season because he's been brilliant. But
you know what? You don't say after the season because it's been quite good, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, so no, it's difficult one. Like I said, when you look at the Premier League table now, you're 7 points clear of Arsenal. I mean, is the confidence still within you that you've got this, or do you still believe you need to win a few more games and then you can confidently say, is that gap too small for you, or is that enough? Because that's what 2 losses and a draw.
2 losses, yeah. I personally think that gap.
That ain't gonna happen, is it? Come on, like you know.
Yeah. So here's the thing. The reason why I think it's enough is because we can obviously drop points, but then you're even if you drop points, you're expecting Arsenal to be perfect. And with the injuries they've got and the inconsistencies they've played with this season, I can't guarantee that Arsenal will take advantage if we do slip up.
Yeah.
So 7 points gap at this stage of the season, I'll bite your hand off for. Now 9 points is obviously better, but 7 points mean there has to be a 3-game swing. It can't be. And remember, Arsenal can't.
They've got to win every game.
They've got to win all 3 games if we slip up in all 3 games, because we have superior goal difference as well. So I do think we have enough, considering we have a pretty much full strength team or full strength squad at the moment. I think Joe Gomez is the only one who's unavailable. Jota's now come back from injury. Trent's now come back from injury. I think we should have enough to get us over the line. Obviously, we've gone out of the FA Cup, which was a bit of a shambles. And then when you got out of the FA Cup because you sacrificed that almost because you want to win the Everton game.
I know. And then it looked look rusty a little bit. You know what I mean? It's crazy how match rhythm is so important, man. Because,
exactly.
You know, you change your whole 11, boom, you go into a game like Everton, which I think they got knocked out anyway.
I believe so, yeah.
Bournemouth, I think. I think they got knocked out.
They did, yeah.
So they were already looking up for this last game as well at their ground as well. Goodison Park. So you would have expected Liverpool to be up for it, which again they were for large parts, but it just felt like there was that end product missing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think for me with the title race, I think Havertz being out for the season, even though I don't rate him that highly, he still is a threat.
Big loss,
He's a target, man. He's someone that they can rely on.
Yeah,
that is a killer blow for them, man. I just don't see how you recover from that. Martinelli's out for a month. Saka's out till, well, I don't know when his even due date back is.
They say April, May for Saka, innit?
Yeah. So again, you don't want to rush him back as well, because then you know what I mean. You don't want to get more injured. Like, bro, like it's like the title race is there, but it feels like it's like, what are Arsenal basing that on? You know what I mean, like, what are they basing it on? What, Trossard gets them out of it? Waneri, you know, who else is up there? Like
Sterling. All right, they're down to their bare bones. And look, I know what this is like, because this has happened to Liverpool. Happened to Liverpool last season. When, even if you're in momentum or whatever, and you start losing big name players in your team, it's hard to keep that momentum going. It's hard to keep it going and sustain it. And they're obviously still in the Champions League as well as the Premier League as well. Yeah. With all due respect to Arsenal, I never saw them winning the Champions League this season. I hate to say it looks like it's going to be Real Madrid again. It looks like they've just hit that gear again now.
Yeah, man.
I do think Bayern Munich are going to be a threat. I think Barcelona will be a threat, Inter Milan, and I do think ourselves, but I don't think we'll win it this season. I think it's too early for us.
I think you've got a massive chance of that Champions League, just the way I think you guys are. I think the firepower and whatnot. I'm worried that you might be going far as well, if I'm being truly honest with you.
I think we get to the semis. I don't think we win it though. I think we get to the semis. I don't think we win it though.
I'm looking at around here. Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Inter Milan are still put in there.
For me, Inter and Real Madrid are the two teams that I'd want to avoid at all costs. I do think we can beat Barca, and I do think we can beat Bayern. Not to say we can't beat Inter and Bayern Munich, but I think Inter and Real Madrid.
Bayern with Dyer at the back, I think,
I'm Saeed, I'm going to tell you this straight, bro. There's not a lot of teams I fear, and not a lot of teams where I go, I don't care if we play them. Bro, I'm telling you this from now. I do not want to see Real Madrid in the knockout stages of the Champions League.
Yeah, of course.
I don't want to see them.
It makes sense.
That was the first time I cheered for Man City to win a game for a while.
Wow.
I wanted Man City to win that. You see, when they lost 3-2 at the end, I said, yeah, Champions League's in the chokehold again. Because Real Madrid do this. They start off rubbish, and then by the end of the competition, they're lifting it. And Inter, again, they're despicably hard to break down. And we have a problem breaking teams down sometimes. So those are the two teams I want to avoid at all costs.
Yeah, you know what? That's a shout, you know. Like, yeah, you know what, man? That's I think this Champions League, Man City are out for me, man. Like, I don't give them a chance.
Yeah, they're not coming back now. I hope they do. I hope they do, but
I don't. I don't. they needed a 2-goal swing for me.
Yeah,
to be against this Real Madrid team who've got goals in them.
Yeah,
I see Real Madrid going through there. And then, like I said, bro, it still is a big season for you lot. Domestic treble still on the card for you lot.
Yeah.
You know, it still is like, you know.
No,
like,
domestic treble's not FA Cup. We're out of FA Cup.
No.
Yeah, no, but we can't do a domestic treble.
Yeah. Sorry. So what was it that people still say to me that you can still do a treble? What treble can you do?
So we could do Carabao, Champions League, and Prem, but the domestic treble is seen as the
I was gonna say, so it's not really a treble though, is it? It's a combination of 3 trophies.
Yeah, it's not.
You know what I mean? I don't know what you're trying to, because they kept saying to me, I'm thinking, okay, so what did it mean? It must be domestic treble.
We can win 3 trophies, but it's not the quote unquote treble, because the treble,
exactly.
FA Cup, Champions League, and Premier.
Yeah. Like the Carabao Cup for me, obviously, you're playing Newcastle, isn't it? So it's one of them where it's a bit.
That's the 50-50 game as well.
Yeah, it is. I think for me, Newcastle have got every right. You know what I mean? But do you think the season's kind of like fizzling out a little bit? Injuries now, Chelsea, Jackson as well. Like, I don't want to see this, but like it's a bit like.
What is Jackson's injury? Because I've only seen images of him being like
a hamstring.
Is he a hamstring as well?
I think it's a hamstring, because I remember when he was feeling his hamstring. I think
I think, is this an indictment on how much football these guys are playing throughout a season? It's too much.
Yeah,
it's too much. I mean? Like, they've even changed the Club World Cup now to at the end of the season and all that. And I was like, the format was fine beforehand. They're playing more international games. It's too much for the players. Like, hence why you need a bigger squad.
Yeah,
that's why you need a bigger squad.
Facts. But I think Chelsea's pre-planning though has not been great as well, though. Let's be honest.
Terrible.
Their planning was not great. You know what I mean, and whatnot. So they're in a bit of trouble in that regards. But It's difficult, man. I think a lot of it, teams have to do better. You know what I'm saying, and whatnot, and you're not seeing that from teams. But Maresca, man, I don't know, man. If they bottom top four, Callum, man,
It's
like
bad.
and I think Brighton, if they can get something on the weekend, on Friday, should I say? Not even on the weekend, Friday.
Yeah.
Brother, like Chelsea, oh my days.
If Chelsea don't get top four from where they were and the amount of money they spent, serious heads have to roll, man.
And if they got no, like I said, I don't know how much damage will be done now until April, but brother, like you don't want to be going too far behind Liverpool. You don't want to be. You just don't, man. You don't want to be doing a madness. You feel me? And that right there could be a madness. So that right there, like I said, the Newcastle will be sniffing around, Villa, all of these clubs, you know what I mean, that will be looking to get something in there. Chelsea, big question now. Can now Maresca manage? I mean, that's always the question, right? With less time, he nearly kind of scrambled.
And they let Felix go out on loan as well, which
Felix
like even worse now.
But for me, it's like letting Felix go when you got to be selfish in them situations. Like, clubs are selfish. Say, yo, no, you're staying.
We did it with Nunes. We did that with Nunes. Nunes,
Nunes.
They bid for Nunes. We could have sold him, but we're like, no, we need him for the rest of the season because you never know.
Yeah. Even though the guy's doing some, I don't know what he's doing. Is that right, real, by the way? Stoudy thing. Was that like joking around? Or was
no, it was actually real.
Wow.
So, so you see the whole Kvaratskhelia thing. I think so. What I believe happened is Liverpool heard that he would be willing to leave Napoli and Napoli would be willing to sell. So I think Liverpool thought, let's try something here. But because of things being so advanced with him and PSG, I think they kind of backed out and said, look, we can't get him. Because we can't get him, we can't sell Nunes. I would almost guarantee if we had been able to convince him to come to Liverpool, we would have sold Darwin. Because to lose Darwin for the same money you'd pay for Kvaratskhelia, bro, we'd be laughing right now.
Laughing, bro.
We'd be laughing right now. So it'd be a no-brainer. But obviously, he weren't available, couldn't get him. So you have to keep Nunes. There's no point selling him and just keeping the money when you deplete your squad, innit?
Yeah, makes sense, man. It's boy, that's crazy, man. I swear down, bro. You man, I don't know, but he was just like more money. Like you can tell now, he's just not asked about the football side. Like he's give me the money, bro. And it's serious money. Listen, can't deny that. You know what I mean? Serious money. I just say to a man, yo, listen, you know what I mean? Like you man,
Yeah.
United as well. Big weekend for United as well.
What's going on at Old Trafford, bro?
Brother, I think it's a must-win game this weekend. Must-win game. Tottenham away.
I traditionally travel well there at the moment.
I know. Bro, we're not won there since 2021. I think Ronaldo. But before I would have been like, you know what? Let's get a draw there. I'm like, nah. What? Draw? No way. We got to win this game. Are you serious?
I'm not gonna lie. You both need a win.
Because if we lose, I think Crystal Palace, if they beat Everton we lose to Tottenham, we could be 16th by the end of the weekend. Generally. Yeah. And so Everton are playing each other and Crystal Palace over the weekend, right? But the maddest thing about that, though, and the maddest thing as well, is that Everton got a point. I don't know where we are right now, if I'm being honest with you.
I'm looking at the table. Palace are 12th on 30 points.
There it is.
You're 13th, 29 points. Tottenham 14th, 27. Everton 15th, 27. West Ham 16th, 27. So you guys, I'm not even taking the mick here, but from West Ham upwards, you're safe from relegation. It's only Wolves who can be dragged into that now. So the rest of you, but you need to get out the table, bro. I know. You finish bottom half of the table this season, crazy.
I know. But my thing is, so Everton don't even need to win this weekend because they can play us next week on Saturday and still be ahead of us if Man United lose. Obviously, if Man United win, it's a different story.
Yeah, I need Everton to really lose the next couple of games. I want to see Everton dragged into a relegation scrap now. I want them.
Yeah. So Crystal Palace, if they this weekend, if they beat Everton, they go 4 points clear of us, which is crazy to think. Tottenham, if they win, they go 1 point clear of us. And then Everton next weekend, if they win, we then go to 16th. Which again, if West Ham actually no, if West Ham as well win against Brentford at home, we then go to 16th, which can be possible. So we could be around. Yeah, we could. This weekend could be ugly. Very ugly.
What I will say is, I do think you'll win against Spurs, though.
Yeah,
Spurs are terrible. You guys are bad. Spurs are another.
We're bad, but they're terrible as well. I mean, look at this one here again. This race here, I can't lie to you, man. It's a bit sad, man. Because
I think Wolves go down this season. I think Leicester managed to stay up.
I don't know, you know. I don't like Liverpool are lucky. Look, Wolves are lucky that Arsenal to play Leicester. You know what I mean? And it's one of them where, you know, I don't know. That win against Villa last weekend was huge for them.
Yeah, it was, which is a weird result as well. You'd expect Villa to do something in that game.
Yeah, these lot, I swear down, Ipswich, yeah, they're finished.
Just randomly, bro, is there any players you'd take from like Southampton, Ipswich, Wolves, or Leicester?
Delap, Cunha, Southampton, I'd take that Fernandez guy, you know, he's decent, you know.
I do like Tyler Diblin. I also
think Diblin, forget that.
I think Suleiman is a player who, if he makes the right move in his next move in his career and he stays injury free, he could be a real problem.
Yeah, still young as well. So yeah, man. But listen, people, big up to everyone who's locked in right now. Make sure you hit the like button if you can. Callum, it's been a pleasure, bro. Big up to you as always.
Always. Thank you, my bro.
Yeah, man. Hit the like button on the way out. And Michael Oliver, Callum, disgrace.
Yeah, disgrace. What I will say though, Liverpool fans, no abuse and death threats and all that. We're better than that, man. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. I can't back those sort of things. Let's not do that.
Definitely, man. Take care, guys. We're out. Peace.